Live in Connecticut and have a criminal record, you may be eligible to get your convictions erased. This is thanks to a newly implemented state law.
For thousands, it will remove barriers to employment, education, even housing. News 8's Brittany Taylor joins us with a special report on this legislation. Brittany.
Hi, good evening, Ann and Catherine. Well, it's called Clean Slate for a reason. In some cases, your criminal past is forgiven, opening a pathway for a brighter future.
A total escape from a troubling past. A clean slate. It's the law in Connecticut. Complete your sentence, get released, and stay out of trouble for 7 or 10 years, and you're eligible. Currently, that's about 100,000 people. People like Allison Quinn.
My name is Allison Quinn. A health careers navigator, originally started as a recovery specialist. I was impacted by addiction at a very young age. Started in high school, 16, 17 years old, and that progressed to heroin. And then it was just a cycle. You get out, you start using. I end up back in prison for short periods of time, and I was never receiving any type of help or treatment in there. It was just, lock us away. There's not a lot of support systems in there. Get out and do the same exact thing and just cycle in and out and in and out.
My grandmother used to always say, when you make your bed, you have to lie in it. So I made the mistakes. I did my time. Growing up in Bridgeport, Connecticut, it was tough. So sometimes you become a product of your environment. I caught a lot of charges. I did a lot of things in the streets that I should not have been doing. Some of the charges I was arrested for were sales, possession, and assault. So at the time I was in prison, I thought that was the hardest. But coming home, having the stigma, not being able to get apartments, not being able to get work, being judged, that was very, very hard.
We're just steps away from the Cheshire Correctional Institute. Now, according to the state, there are more than 100,000 job vacancies across Connecticut, and they say that Clean Slate could help fill many of those positions when people get out from behind bars and re-enter society.
I'm Douglas Wade. I'm the president of Wade's Dairy. Because people know that I hire formerly convicted people, the Bridgeport reentry programs, they will call me and say, we've got a candidate we'd like to send over.
Right now, I'm the route supervisor, where I tend to the trucks, check them in. I can't thank Doug enough. I tell him myself, everything I have, I can say right now is because of this company. Just because we have these on our records doesn't mean we're not. A lot of us really want to keep moving forward and want to show that we can do better.
And I look at other employers, I said, boy, you people are pretty foolish in this day and age not to consider hiring these people because they are terrific employees. Very appreciative that we gave them the opportunity, and it makes me feel good inside, to do this.
When they got here, sometimes we're looked at horribly. But society needs to understand that we're people. We make mistakes. We just are looking for a second chance to be able to show you who we really are and what we're really worth. And I was given that.
You gotta help them out, right? And so, because it's hard for people to get out of their own way, right? Because they're so beaten down, right? So, but I do think people need to be given a second chance, right? And the Clean Slate is the best way to do it.
All my convictions do qualify for Clean Slate. It's an amazing feeling because it is a label that you carry, and just wow, okay, I don't have to check that box anymore. I can, take opportunities without having to worry about what they think of me based off what they read on a piece of paper. I'm in school, I work full-time, I'm a new mother. I take responsibility for these things I've done, but this is how I've changed, and this is what I can do now.
So, Brittany, what is the difference between the Clean Slate program and a pardon?
Well, Ann, Catherine, I know they sound similar, but the Clean Slate, your record is automatically erased. You don't have to do anything. You just serve your sentence, 7 or 10 years. and you're good to go. With a pardon, it's a much lengthier process. You have to plead your case before a judge. There's a lot of paperwork involved. So that's the main difference there. Now, one thing that I want to note is that with certain cannabis convictions, those began being automatically erased at the beginning of 2023. But as you heard from the story, there's a lot of stipulations when it comes to this new Clean Slate law. So to get more information or to see if you qualify, you can head to our website, WTNH.com. We have a lot of useful information up there.
And as you point out, it gives somebody a second chance.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing as you heard all those personal stories about how this has given them really another shot to get out there.
As everyone deserves, in my opinion, at least.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.